Hi, for this video I thought I'd talk about Dollhouse Exteriors. I've kind of shown you how to do things while I'm doing this house here, and the majority of the paint that I've used is just emulsion paint. Now this is just plain ordinary emulsion paint that I've used. I've added nothing to it. I find if you tend to use gloss paint on a doll's house, it looks too shiny and it just won't give you the desired finish. So we'll just have a little chat, or I'll just show you the things that I've used, and maybe you can put them to practice in your own doll's house assembly. So follow me through this video, and I'll just have a talk generally about the products that I've used. For the Mayfair, I haven't used anything anything in particular, should I say. I've not added anything to the paint. I've just used emulsion paint. I tend to buy the little match pot paints that you can easily get from any DIY store. So the Mayfair is just basically painted with white emulsion and cream. Now this little doll's house, I have mentioned it before. What I have used for the tiles, the roof tiles, is it's just cereal packets that I've cut to size, and I've added sand, just ordinary builder's sand, to emulsion paint to get like the rough kind of edge there, and also I've done that to the actual front. Just add enough sand to give it like a rough textured effect. Now this was my very first doll's house that I did, and I actually used a product called it was from a stencil, and Bromley Crafts actually sold this. Very time consuming to do, but the effort is it's quite good if you look at the end finish. This is actually a stencil, and you get a stencil, you paint the outside of the colour that you want the mortar to be. So in my case I wanted it cream, and then you lay the stencil on and you apply like this paste, and you just smother it all over and then touch it up at the end. But yes, it was quite long and drawn out, but it was well worth, I think, the extra effort. Now the roof, again, I cut the roof tiles. Now when I'd first done this house, it looked really nice, but it's been done years now, the roof. And what I actually used on this was black shoe polish and talcum powder, and I rubbed it, and it did give a nice kind of shimmer at the time to sort of like look like slate. Now bearing in mind this doll's house has been done many years, and it has lost the kind of effect of slate. But there's lots of different ways that you can achieve a roof. Simply, you could just buy the doll's house wallpaper with the slate effect, and you can get just as nice results from that, and that's what I've used on these two houses. Or in fact, you could actually use sandpaper. So basically this is just ordinary sandpaper that I bought from the pound shop. Just sheets of sandpaper. Not quite sure what grade it is, so I don't think it really matters. So what I did, get a complete sheet of sandpaper and painted it like so. And then, in fact, I haven't got any cut up of this, but then what I would do with this would cut it into roof tile shapes and add it. You know, it's like I've painted this and I'm going to cut it up, and then all your tiles will be random when you put them on, and that can look quite effective. Yeah, you can actually get the desired effect also of using the sandpaper technique for like making your own little bricks. I'll show you the how I've used them, but again, you can just it's time consuming, and you know, but that's the whole point of doing your doll's house. It's something that you want to achieve at the end of the day, so you can just do a bit here and a bit there like I do. So paint your sandpaper. In this case I did it in terracotta and added splashes of black like I've done there. That was just adding darker grey, but on the terracotta ones I haven't got one to show you. I just did exactly the same. Just painted it in terracotta, added splashes of black, and then cut them into sections to give it like the brick appearance there. And then the other ones I just left plain. That's just ordinary sandpaper, not painted. So you could even use it like that. Now the egg carton effect, I think that looks really good as well. And that's what I've done, is I've just cut up lots of different shapes of egg cartons. Again, used emulsion paint with added sand and then distressed it with a tea bag. You don't have to do the tea bag distress look. You might want a nice clean look, but it all depends on what you want. Sort of like I mentioned quickly when I showed you my workroom, was that is how I start using the egg cartons, and the finish on that will be like I've just explained, the sandpaper. And I want to do like an old crickety roof on this. I've put a bulge there to make it look like the roof is warped with age. I will show you how to do roof tiles, but that's not too difficult to do, and with practice you soon get the hang of it. So I think that's really all covered for exteriors of dolls' houses. Sorry about that. I mean, painting, I've used varnish on this particular one for the window frames. That looks quite nice when you use darker varnish. Again, I've used emulsion paint with sand added to this one, and that's all you need. You don't need to buy anything fancy. I mean, for the pub I've actually just painted the front of it on the pavement bit of it. I just painted that emulsion and then just marked it off with pencil. So again, you don't even need to buy the paper like I did on this one. Anyway, I hope I've kind of helped in that direction. I thought I'd show you how I actually made the scenic view around the church. Somebody's asked me if I could just show them how I did this. Well, it's all model railway scenic kind of stuff that I've used, and I'll just show you. For the moss at the side of the church, it's this kind of stuff. It's quite easy, and it's all available. If you have a look on eBay, you should be able to get it, or from your local shop, model shop. This is like a scattering. That's what I made my bushes out of, and you can get different colours for this. There's that. Now this is your grass. It's like scatter grass. So you would you'd paint the floor with glue. Either, actually you could use a craft mount glue, something like this. Spray it, or PVA glue, and then just sprinkle it on, and then spray some hairspray on it to keep it intact. And how I made the bushes is out of this stuff. So I'll tell you what, I'll try and give you a little demo on how I made the bushes. But I'm not really into the model railway, but for the scenic, for your garden, they've got some lovely ideas. And you don't always think about model railway and model houses, and but if you do, you can actually put the two together. I hope you can see me. Right, so how I made my bushes was, I'm sorry, I don't know what this is called, but again, I got this from a model railway enthusiast, my friend who lives just across the road. She makes all trees, and she's just showing me how to do this. Now, it's this hairy stuff. That's all I can describe what it is. So I'll only use a tiny bit for now. So if I wanted to make a hedge, I would kind of do it to the shape that I wanted. I mean, this is just going to be a quick kind of overview. So I'm going to use some craft mount. Now this is available from any craft shop, and it's like repositionable adhesive spray. So give it a good old soak. Can't do this on the kitchen table. Right, so you want to give it a good old soak. Oh, cracky. Things. So this is your scatter. Like I say, you can get it in different colours. So all you do is sprinkle it on like this. That's it, like that. And as you can see, it looks quite bushified. Can you see? So you'd leave that to dry. Kind of cover all the bare bits in. And then mould it to what you want. Like I put it over walls and what have you. But that is really quite realistic. Now when that's dry, just get some ordinary bog standard hairspray and spray it all round, and that keeps it from molting all over your carpet. Now for the grass, very the same. Say for instance, just put some spray mount here, and your grass. I haven't opened this, but this is for my watermelon. When I finally get all kinds of different colours of grass, and again, you just sprinkle this where you want it. Hate the feel of this, by the way. Ugh, feels horrible. Sprinkle like that. Obviously you'd want more. So that is, can you see? That's how you do grass. And like little water features, you could incorporate a water feature. This is resin, and it's really quite clear resin, and that would make a nice garden pond. And you can get the resin off eBay, really easy to mix, and you get some really nice effects off that. So I think that's all I can kind of tell you about Dollhouse Exteriors, and if there's anything else, please ask, and you know, if I can help you out, I will do. Okay, thanks for joining me then. Bye.